right, this was assignment 2, which was based on exercise 1. So we'll go through it here. Acids are produced by metabolic activities that occur in the body. A solution is considered acidic when the pH value is below 7, which indicates there are more hydrogen ions than hydroxyl ions. Carbonic acid is produced when water combines with carbon dioxide. Since carbonic acid is a weak acid, it does not completely dissociate in a solution. Instead, it partially dissociates and releases one hydrogen ion. And then we've got our equation in the box here. I'm going to label each part of the equation to ensure you knew what everything is called. The normal pH range for blood is 7.35 to 7.45. If the number of hydrogen ions in the blood increases, the pH may go lower than 7.35, which would cause acidosis. Metabolic acidosis can occur when too much bicarbonate is lost during severe diarrhea, or when fatty acids are metabolized for energy instead of glucose. A buildup of lactic acid caused by strenuous exercise can also cause the body's pH to fall. Respiratory acidosis results from insufficient exhalation of CO2. Alkalosis occurs when the number of hydrogen ions decreases, causing the pH to go higher than 7.45. Metabolic causes of alkalosis can be caused by excessive vomiting that causes a loss of hydrogen ions. Respiratory alkalosis occurs when too much CO2 has been exhaled and the amount of hydrogen ions contributed by carbonic acid decreases. So how buffers bind and stabilize a pH. Buffers bind hydrogen ions that are released by strong acids and hydroxyl ions that are released by strong bases. According to the equations on page 2 of your lab manual, a good buffer for a strong base would be carbonic acid, and a good buffer for a strong acid would be sodium bicarbonate. Both sodium bicarbonate and carbonic acid must be present for a buffer to be effective for both strong bases and strong acids. Carbon dioxide is produced during cellular respiration, the process cells use to make ATP. Muscles may increase their demand for ATP during exercise. An increase in ATP production would cause the process of cellular respiration to happen faster, generating more carbon dioxide and water. The carbon dioxide is exhaled by a person during exercise and can affect the pH of a solution if it is exhaled into that solution. According to the procedure on page 5, your lab partner will exhale CO2 through a straw into the solution with universal indicator. When CO2 combines with water in the solution, carbonic acid is formed and will release a hydrogen ion into the solution. An increase in the number of these hydrogen ions will cause the pH of the solution to go down or decrease. Carbonic acid is one of the most frequently produced acids in the body. Both CO2 and H2O are produced during the process of cellular respiration. So that's going to increase if activity increases. We observed an increase in cellular activity when our partners engaged in physical exercise. And so that was a part that was a demo that I posted to Canvas. Respiratory acidosis occurs when there's insufficient exhalation of CO2, which causes an increase of carbonic acid, which is a weak acid. The weak acid releases one hydrogen ion, which can cause a drop or a decrease in pH. In ketoacidosis, which is a type of metabolic acidosis, the breakdown of fatty acids produces acidic ketone bodies that can decrease the pH of the blood. Excessive diarrhea also causes a type of metabolic acidosis by causing a person to lose too much bicarbonate. Bicarbonate's usually reabsorbed by the digestive system to prevent being lost in the feces. Without enough bicarbonate, there's going to be more unbuffered hydrogen ions that can drop the pH of the blood or decrease it. Lactic acid can also cause a type of metabolic acidosis. It's created as a byproduct of anaerobic cellular respiration. Anaerobic cellular respiration occurs in skeletal muscle when energy demands exceed what is produced by the oxidative phosphorylation, the third step of cellular respiration. Alkalosis occurs when the pH of the blood goes above 7.45. Metabolic alkalosis occurs when too much hydrogen ions are lost, such as when a person vomits excessively. Respiratory alkalosis is caused by too much carbon dioxide being exhaled and dropping the amount of carbonic acid without the hydrogen ions contributed by carbonic acid. The pH is going to go up, making it alkaline. Then the third page of this, number 1, you should have had E, 2 was J, 3 was K, 4 was N as in neutral, 5 was V as in victory, 6 was P as in Paul, 7 was Q, 8 was L, 9 was T as in Tom, 10 was B as in boy, 11 C as in Charlie, 12 was a G as in George, 13 was H, 14 was S, 15 was U, 16 was R, 17 was M as in Molly, 18 was F, 19 was D as in Doug, 20 was I, 21 was O, and 22 was A.